Managing diabetic foot ulcers is a delicate process. However, did you know that common wound care substances such as hydrogen peroxide or iodine can actually worsen this situation? My name is Dr. Andrew Schneider, a podiatrist based in Houston with over 2 decades of experience. These substances, along with certain types of bandages, can damage healthy cells, inhibit healing, and even provoke allergic reactions. So the question arises, what are the safer alternatives? In today's video, we'll explore the do's and don'ts of diabetic foot ulcer care together. Before I do, I wrote a book all about diabetic foot ulcers. You can order for free at www.footulcerbook.com. Also, let others know about these videos. Please like, comment, hit the subscribe button, and share on social media. This will help others find the information they need. Managing diabetic foot ulcers, a common complication of diabetes, requires meticulous care and a keen understanding of appropriate treatments to prevent further complications. You need to be proactive in addressing these ulcers, as they can develop quickly and escalate to severe infections if not treated promptly and with the right methods. The care and management of diabetic foot ulcers involve multiple steps. Initially, you'll need to make sure that you're keeping the wound clean and dry to prevent infection. It's also important to maintain blood glucose levels within a healthy range, as high levels can hinder wound healing. In addition, you should pay attention to your diet and ensure it's rich in proteins, vitamins, and minerals, which are essential for wound healing. Furthermore, offloading or relieving pressure from the foot is an integral part of ulcer care. Lastly, regular checkups with your podiatrist are important. They can monitor the healing process, adjust the treatment plan if necessary, and help you avoid further complications. Diabetic foot ulcers are open sores or wounds that typically occur on the underside of the foot. More than 15% of individuals living with diabetes will develop a foot ulcer in their lifetime. These ulcers form due to the peripheral nerve damage called peripheral neuropathy that diabetes can cause, impacting your ability to sense pain. Hence, you may not detect a cut, blister, or other foot injury. Without timely and appropriate treatment, these minor injuries can progress into ulcers. Along with neuropathy, poor circulation is another significant factor that contributes to the formation of these ulcers. Constricted blood flow to your feet hinders the healing of minor wounds and can even escalate it into an ulcer. It's important to note that these ulcers can vary in severity. While some are relatively minor, others can become deeply infected, penetrating into the muscle and bone. This can lead to serious complications if left untreated. Therefore, recognizing the signs and beginning treatment promptly is essential. Understanding the common triggers and risk factors for diabetic foot ulcers is critical in their prevention and management. You may be surprised to learn that everyday activities like walking or exercising can potentially cause these ulcers. Tight-fitting shoes and minor scrapes can result in foot ulcers if you're not careful. Certain risk factors increase the likelihood in developing these ulcers. Poorly controlled blood sugar is the main culprit, as it can damage nerves and affect blood flow to your feet. This condition, known as peripheral neuropathy, makes it harder for you to feel pain, heat, or cold, leaving you unaware of blisters or sores until they've progressed into ulcers. Being overweight, smoking, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure are also other risk factors. They can lead to atherosclerosis, a condition that narrows and hardens your arteries, reducing blood flow to your feet. This lack of adequate blood supply slows the healing process and increases the risk of infection. As you manage your diabetic foot ulcers, it's essential to know which substances can potentially cause harm. While certain treatments may seem beneficial, they can actually exacerbate the condition. Though it's commonly used for cleaning wounds, hydrogen peroxide can actually impede the healing process of diabetic foot ulcers. You see, hydrogen peroxide is a strong oxidizing agent. While it's effective at killing bacteria on the surface of the wound, it also damages healthy cells that are essential for healing. There are cells known as fibroblasts that produce the collagen needed to create new tissue and close the wound. When you apply hydrogen peroxide, you're not just eliminating harmful bacteria, but also hindering your body's natural healing abilities. Furthermore, diabetic foot ulcers require a moist environment to heal properly. Hydrogen peroxide, due to its drying nature, disrupts this moisture balance and thus further delays the healing. Additionally, it's worth noting that the effervescence you observe when hydrogen peroxide is applied, often mistaken as an indication for the cleaning process, is actually a signal of damage being caused to your cells. Using alcohol on diabetic foot ulcers might lead to severe complications, including skin damage and infection. It's a common misconception that alcohol sterilizes the wound, but you need to know that it's too harsh for your delicate skin tissue. Instead of helping, it can worsen the situation by causing skin dryness and irritation, which could potentially delay the healing process. Moreover, alcohol's dehydrating properties can lead to tissue death or necrosis, exacerbating the ulcer. It's also important to note that alcohol doesn't differentiate between healthy and harmful cells. So while it may kill some bacteria, it also destroys healthy cells essential for healing. Lastly, using alcohol can increase your risk of infection. How? Alcohol leaves your wound open to the environment, making it more susceptible to bacterial invasion. It also disrupts the natural immune response, hindering your body's ability to fight off infections. You might be tempted to use bleach as a disinfectant for diabetic foot ulcers, but it's important that you understand the dangers involved. Bleach can be harmful when applied to skin ulcers, leading to increased complications and delayed healing. Firstly, bleach is a harsh, corrosive substance that can damage healthy skin cells surrounding the ulcer. It not only exacerbates the wound, but also hampers the healing process. Also, bleach can cause allergic reactions, leading to additional inflammation and discomfort. Secondly, bleach is cytotoxic. That means it can not only kill the harmful bacteria, but also the beneficial ones that are essential for wound healing. In this way, it disrupts your skin's microbiome, which can lead to further infection. Lastly, bleach can cause chemical burns, particularly on sensitive skin areas. These burns can be painful and may complicate the ulcer, making it more difficult to treat. You may have never thought to apply bleach to your wound. Good. I'm including it because much has been written online about using a diluted bleach solution. This is dangerous since some people don't read thoroughly and soak their foot in pure bleach. This is a recipe for disaster. Best to stay away from bleach entirely. In light of the potential harm these solvents can cause to diabetic foot ulcers, there are safer alternatives you can use for wound healing. For starters, saline solution is a fantastic choice. It's gentle on the skin, effectively cleanses the wound, and doesn't interfere with the healing process. Another viable option is just soap and water. Mild, unscented soap can effectively clean the wound without causing unnecessary irritation. However, it's essential that you avoid soaps containing harsh chemicals or fragrances, as they can worsen the wound. Lastly, consider using a wound cleanser specifically designed for diabetic foot ulcers. These products are formulated to be gentle on the skin while effectively removing bacteria and debris. When dealing with diabetic foot ulcers, understand the role of a podiatrist or wound care specialist in the healing process is vital. You shouldn't underestimate the severity of these wounds. A non-healing ulcer can lead to infection, tissue death, and even amputation if not treated properly. It's vital to seek professional help at the first sign of an ulcer. A podiatrist can assess your wound and provide the appropriate treatment plan. This may include debridement, the process of removing dead tissue to promote healing, dressings designed to keep the wound moist, and antibiotics if there's an infection. Keep in mind that a diabetic foot ulcer can recur. A podiatrist or wound care specialist can guide you on proper foot care and preventative measures. Regular checkups are also essential to track the progress of your wound healing and make necessary adjustments to your treatment plan. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Please take a moment to like, comment, and share on social media. Be sure to hit subscribe so you won't miss another video. Be sure to order my free book all about diabetic foot ulcers. You can request your copy at www.footulcerbook.com. The link is in the description. If you developed a diabetic foot ulcer and need to have it properly evaluated and cared for, give us a call to schedule an appointment. The link to request an appointment is also in the description. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.